Returning District 2 AAA champs Nanticoke have big bats, a consistent pitcher, and a defense that can stop anyone.
Basically our whole lineup, like 1 through 9, like we all hit, we all can get. It's like a team effort. Every single hit we do, like everyone can get the bat on the ball.
Wyoming area played spoiler to the Trojanettes last season, winning 4-3 and capturing the Division II title. They've got almost all their starters back and are looking for another run into the playoffs.
We're just looking to take it one game at a time and hope that we're successful at that.
It's Nanticoke's high-powered offense taking on Wyoming area's solid defense and ace sophomore pitcher. It's all right here on MyTV WQMY.
A little high, but Melito gets it through. 1-run scores. Here's the second, and a big one-out single.
Fox 56 Sports presents the rivalry of the week on MyTV WQMY.
2 RBIs for the senior.
Perfect job. Just what he had to do. Make some contact, poke it through the infield. Couple of runs scored. That Melito maybe was thinking about goal for 2. Had that opportunity.
Welcome into KM Smith Field here in Nanticoke as we bring you a District 2 AAA girls softball showdown as the 10-3 Trojanettes prepare to take on 8-5 Wyoming area. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Erin Dugan, joined by John Mendola, and what should be a great game here today. Wyoming area trying to play spoiler for Nanticoke and knock them off the top of the Division II Wyoming Valley Conference standings. Let's take a look now at how this plays out. Now, Tunkhannock and Nanticoke are both tied for first in the division. They're both 10-3. If Nanticoke wins and Tunkhannock loses today as they take on Dallas, Nanticoke will be the division champ. If Nanticoke loses today and Tunkhannock wins, the Tigers are the champs. If both win and both lose, the playoff game this weekend. So, John, as I mentioned, Wyoming area, they're trying to play the spoiler today, and a big part of that could be sophomore pitcher Gwen Glatz.
Well, the Lady Warriors are very talented, and Glatz throws 59 miles an hour on the mound, so she brings it defensively. And then over on the offensive side, bats clean up really strong with the bat, so expecting an offensive production from her and the rest of the young ladies there for the Lady Warriors, and well-coached and a talented team.
And Nanticoke has a lot of power hitters. Jenna Lepowski, she's a junior. She has 7 home runs this year. But for Coach Stetz, it's all about that senior leadership with Rachel Roccagrande.
Well, Roccagrande is a girl who started 73 of 74 games in her career, which is unbelievable. But it's the team chemistry that really stands out. Coach Stetz said the chemistry of this team, whether he was a player, assistant coach, head coach, is tops bar none. So that means a lot. And this team this year has really responded. Trojanettes have had a nice year. Looking forward to the playoffs.
Well, looking forward to this game. It should be a great one. Starting lineups are coming up. It's Wyoming area taking on Nanticoke here on MyTV WQMY right after the break.
Fox 56 Sports presents the rivalry of the week on MyTV WQMY.
Here's the starting lineup for Wyoming area. Leading off, Bree Bednarski, followed by Vicky Remley, Sarah Coolbaugh batting third, and cleanup Gwen Glatz, then Christy Scope, followed by Heather Nemeko, Grace Gober, Jess Parente, and Julia Kopechny. Pitching for Nanticoke is Leandra Ramos. She's got a 1.60 ERA, 61 strikeouts on the year, and 21 walks. Strike one. Solid leader on the mound for Nanticoke.
Yeah, Ramos has a real bright future ahead of her, and we'll talk about that as the game goes on.
A little high and outside.
She was firing the ball in warm-ups behind us, Aaron. A little intimidating back here with this net.
Oh, she's got some heat, for sure. And so does Gwen Glatz for Wyoming area. High and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Right down the middle, Bree takes a look at that. Bree winning 3 gold medals at districts for track and field on Monday.
She is an unbelievable athlete. Saw her in warm-ups make an incredible catch.
This one's gonna foul out. Yeah, John, she won the 100, the 200. She was the anchor on the 4x1, and she won silver in javelin.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's why she's headed to the University of Michigan for field hockey. She is that kind of athlete that you don't see very often. And we have some great field hockey athletes here in Northeast PA, but she's elite.
This one's out to center. Kiera Brown is there for the grab, 1 out.
Yeah,
Here's
Kiera.
the defense now for Nanticoke. We have Morgan Briggs behind the plate. As we mentioned, Leandra Ramos pitching. First base, Vanessa Tockett. Second base, Cassie Novakowski. Shortstop, senior Rachel Roccagrande, who we talked about earlier. Third base, Jenna Lepowski. Outfield, we have Sarah Benscoter in left, Kiera Brown in center, and Megan Murphy in right.
I was going to say, Aaron, Kiera Brown, just kind of like an unsung hero on this team. You know, she does a lot of little things, a really good athlete, but there's just so many girls to talk about here at Nanticoke.
All great athletes. That one, an uncharacteristic roll in for Leandra. Lots of pregame festivities today, senior day. Only 2 seniors on Nanticoke's roster. That one came in with some heat, John.
Yeah, that was a perfect ball, and it may have just changed up the speed a little bit, and that seems to be one of the more effective pitches in softballs, that just changing up your speed a few miles an hour here.
She went after that one. Might have been a riser. That one really came up. And we have 2 outs.
Come on, Sarah.
Leandra Jr., 61 strikeouts on the year. I'll make that 62. Sarah Coolbaugh up to bat for the Warriors. Takes a look at that one.
Sneaking up to the front part of the plate, seeing if she could get around on one of these pitches here.
She wanted to go for that one.
2-1.
2-1. 2 outs here in the first. This one's straight up. And oh, Morgan Briggs running to get that one. Another hardworking athlete. She's only a junior, already committed to play at the University of Scranton, John.
Yeah, and what a well-spoken young lady she is. Had an opportunity to speak with her a couple of weeks ago, and just outstanding. She sounds like a coach. She's just a junior.
Roccagrande, easy one, and she's out. We're scoreless, and we'll be right back here on MyTV WQMY. Here's the starting lineup for Nanticoke. Leading off, Rachel Roccagrande, followed by Kiera Brown, center fielder. Then third baseman Jenna Lepowski. Cleanup is Vanessa Tockett. Cassie Novakowski playing second base, then catcher Morgan Briggs. Pitcher Leandra Ramos. Right fielder Megan Murphy. And freshman designated player Brinley Sobek. Gwen Glatz on the mound for Wyoming area. She's got an ERA of 1.65, 59 strikeouts on the year, 17 walks. And she bats cleanup. John, as you mentioned in pregame, she can really get around on that ball.
Yeah, she's really had a nice year. And again, 59 strikeouts, as you see, and the amount of innings that she's put in this year. And, you know, we'll see her crank it up here. But this Nanticoke team has seen some fast pitching and could really get a hold of it. And that's the strength of this Nanticoke team, is the bats.
Absolutely. They can get around on Gwen, and a lot of teams haven't been able to this season. She's been clocked at 59 miles an hour. This one's coming in fast. Starts it off with a strike right down the middle. Roccagrande trying to get things started for the Trojanettes. One of the 2 seniors honored before tonight's game. Little grounder. Christy Skoke just gets her out. Roccagrande almost runs it out. 1 out. Here's the defense for Wyoming area. Sarah Coolbaugh behind the plate. Pitcher Gwen Glatz. First base Heather Nemeko. Second Vicky Remley. Shortstop Jess Parente. Christy Skoke just made the play at third. Left field Julia Kopechny. Center Bree Bednarski. And right field Annie Karkutsky. Kiera Brown up to bat for the Trojanettes. Coach Stetz says that she probably will play softball at Division I or II level. She's got the goods. Pops this one out, and Bree Bednarski can't get to it. Kiera's gonna, I thought she was gonna slide in, but she just walked right on in. That's a double for Kiera to get things started for the Trojanettes.
Again, Kiera Brown, you know, one of those girls that really flies under the radar. And here's his shot. Bednarski, again, an outstanding athlete, but was unable to get to that one. And then Kiera Brown, smooth enough to just stroll into second.
Oh, Jenna Lepowski nails this thing. She is here to play for her seniors. Puts that one out of the park. Brings in Kiera Brown, and her teammates wait for her at home. I think she's going to get slapped on the head a little bit. She had an eye on that ball and took it right out to our truck, John.
Whew. That was a rack. Wow.
Yeah, you could hear the crack of the bat on that one. A little high, and she took it right outside. Here you see it again.
Yep, look at that. Just shot out to right field, and that thing is out of here.
That was a beauty. 2-0 Nanticoke. Vanessa Talkett up for the Trojanettes. She's got a powerful swing as well. She's a 2-year starter. And Coach mentioned she's a strong gap hitter. Takes a look at that one. 1-1. And 1 out. Little change up there from Gwen Glatz. A little outside, but nice change up speed.
They grow them tall in Nanticoke. Talkett just one of those young ladies that has the height.
Pops this one straight up to left field, and Julia Kopechny is there for the second out. Talkett a nice target at first base, nice and tall. Next up for Nanticoke is Casey Novakowski. She's a .255 batting average. She's a junior second baseman. 14 hits, 13 RBIs on the year. She takes a look at that one. It's a strike.
Let's go, Cass. Face it. Come on.
Right to third baseman, Christy Skoke. Beautiful throw, and that's going to end the inning, but not after Nanticoke did some damage. It's 2-0 with a home run right here from Jenna Lepowski. You're watching Live Girls Softball on MyTV WQMY. Here's John McNeil, Wyoming area head coach. He's 38-17 overall. He's in his third season with the Warriors, but he had 17 seasons at Dallas, so he's got some experience.
Yeah, he coached with Joyce Tinner out there for a long time, and you know, really did a fantastic job there. Coached football at Dallas back in the day with Teddy Jackson, so he's got a lot going on as far as his coaching experience, and really likes being around student athletes.
Gwen Glatz, the pitcher up for Wyoming area, crushes one to left, and she's gonna get to second base with a leadoff double, adding to that fantastic batting average. .449, you don't see that a lot for pitchers.
Wait till you see this tee shot. Literally looked like that was a 3-wood and carried it all the way to the fence. We mentioned about her in the pregame, Aaron, and boy, she followed through with that nice shot. Powerful.
Beautiful hit to left. Christy Skoke with the little pop-up. Third baseman, you just saw her made a nice play to end the inning. A nice fielder for Coach McNeil. A little blooper right to Rocca Grande. Can she get it? Yes, she does. Gets it out of the glove fast, and that's that senior leadership that Coach Setz talked about, just there to make those plays.
Well, you hear, you know, every year you hear somebody say, boy, our girls really hit the weight room. And, you know, you look at her, you say, looks like she hit the weight room. I mean, she's solid, knocked the ball down, and it's just a really strong throw to first.
Heather Nemeko swinging at the first pitch. She's got a batting average of .267, 12 hits, and 9 RBI on the year. Pops this one straight up to Jenna Lepowski, who grabs it for the nice out. And Gwen Glatz, she's going to be safe at third.
That was a chancy play.
It was.
When you looked at it from our angle, like, I don't think she's going to make it, but
right.
What an outstanding job from Glatz.
So we have Grace Gober up to bat now. We'll see a replay of Jenna Lepowski running over, and Grace just slides right in with Grace.
A real nice job there. Heads up play for a sophomore.
Grace Gober, another outstanding field hockey player. She's headed to play at Temple. Goes swinging after that changeup, and that's a strike.
Yeah, great first pitch.
A nice scoop there from catcher Morgan Briggs. Could have been an easy run there if that went behind her.
You got to think Coach McNeil's all in the way he just had Gwen go over to third on that pop-up, so you would think a pass ball here. He sent it her.
Nice swing, a little high from Ramos. 2 outs here for the Warriors. Trying to get something done and bring in Glatz. She goes after that one. It was a high pitch, and Jenna Lepowski couldn't get to it. So we're at 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nanticoke leading 2-0. Gober trying to get a piece of this one.
Coach McNeil wants her to get around on this one.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Nanticoke's catcher Morgan Briggs keeping an eye on Gwen Glatz at third base. We're at 2-2. Let's see what pitch Leandra brings in. Ooh, she gets her on the changeup. Beautiful changeup there. You're watching live high school girls softball, and check out that changeup. Beautiful. We'll be right back.
Fox 56 Sports presents the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV WQMY.
Here's Coach Ryan Stetz for Nanticoke. He's 42-19 overall. He's in his 4th season. He's also a high school social studies teacher. Works very hard and really loves this team this year. A lot of chemistry.
Yeah, a tough act to follow here. What Gary Williams was able to do win some state titles at Nanticoke over the years. But Stetz, he's a great guy. Used to do some baseball stuff, softball, but a real Nanticoke guy, and really behind these girls.
Morgan Briggs with the fly out to Julia Kopechny. 1 out. Leandra Ramos up next, the pitcher for the Trojanettes. She retired 16 in a row Monday against Tunkhannock in that one-hitter. This one's straight out to center, and Brie Bednarski will be there for a quick 2 outs.
Couple pitches, couple outs here.
Yeah, it's moving right along.
Yeah.
Megan Murphy up now for the Trojanettes. Right fielder, she's a 2-year starter. Excellent outfielder. She's a line drive hitter. Let's see what she can do now against Glatz. And that one came in pretty fast. Strike 1. Coach mentioned she can bunt as well. Oh, and a bunt comes on just foul.
Probably the right time for that. You get a hitter that, necessarily hasn't had the best average all year, but she's a fighter. She fights at bats. She bunt if she has to, and does a great job defensively. But you know, once in a while you lay one down to get some kind of momentum going and somebody on base.
That was a risky one to take, coming in a little off speed, but pretty close to the strike zone. She didn't like it. Trying to stay alive. And that's a fastball. Strikeout to end the inning. You're watching live high school softball right here on MyTV WQMY. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to high school softball here at MyNet-TV, WQMY, District 2 AAA standings having tonight's 12-1. They had that first loss over the weekend to Valley View. Heck of a team John Kelly's put together. North Pocono 10-3. They're doing fantastic. Nanticoke, Tunkhannock, you see them tied in the district standings. Now, the division standing, that's a whole other ball of wax. Valley View there, Pittston, the Wyoming area, so there's really some great middle-of-the-road teams. But, you know, these playoffs stop. They could pull off the upset, so nobody you can take lightly here in AAA.
Now, so much talent. A little high ball one.
Well, we saw it last year in AA, and we'll get to those standings later. A team like Holy Redeemer winning a state title, and I think people think that in our area we'll be well represented in double and triple this year.
Ooh, a rare error right through Rocco Grande as Jess Parente from Wyoming area gets on first.
Well, it all starts with one for Wyoming area. You get your first batter doing some stuff, and that's a ripper right at the shortstop. And as Aaron mentioned, uncharacteristic of Rocco Grande. It just kind of takes that bounce, goes through, and now Wyoming area has an opportunity here with one runner on.
Julia Kopechny looked like she was going to bunt, pulled away at the last second. Warriors would love to get something started here in the third. Kopechny pops this one up and back. Warriors would like to hit a nice little gapper, maybe move the runner a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think a bunt's off the table, no matter how many strikes you're going to get out of Pattery or John McNeil. He'll take some chances and do some different things.
Well, we heard the grunt on that one. That one came in fast for the strikeout. Ramos getting it done. And we go back up to Bree Bednarski. She popped out at her first at-bat. She's a nice, solid leader to get something done here. Coach McNeil would love to see her move along, number 2.
Well, if anything's going to start, you know, why not start it with, you know, the best athlete at your school?
She nails this one out to left center, and that one's over. That's a home run. Beautifully hit ball, and she's got her teammates waiting for her at home plate. And she's going to get bopped on the head a little bit as well. And they're here to fight.
What do you expect for Bree Bednarski? What a week it has been for her, and she just doesn't matter. She could go home and play checkers or anything. She is going to compete, and this is a towering home run. Makes it over the fence, and fan gets a ball out there, but that's Bednarski. She's a gold medal winner, and she's gold right now for this Wyoming area team, and able to tie the ball game up.
Nice thumbs up from Bree there. It's been said by many people there might not be another female athlete at Wyoming area ever again like Bree. Vicky Remley, she'll be out. Right to the pitcher, Leandra Ramos. Trojanettes have to be dejected after that. But they have 2 outs.
And Ramos, you know, has a military family. And, of course, she's got a military mindset, wants to head probably to West Point. She's a fitness fanatic, you know, really watching herself. And you can see she has a stoic face every time she's on that mound.
Yeah, Coach mentioned a fun team, a very loose team, but not that she doesn't get involved in the fun, but she is one of the more serious players. That military mindset, wants to head to West Point, possibly Coast Guard.
Yeah, she brings it. She's been bringing it for years there at Nanticoke, and of course, just getting to watch her compete a couple times. We got to see her a couple years ago up at Hazleton area. She loves the competition.
Definitely fierce. 1-2 now. Trojanettes trying to get out of this inning and stop the bleeding. 2-2.
Ball.
Outside.
2-2.
2-2. Sarah Coolbaugh, the catcher for the Warriors, up to bat. She grounded out last time.
Ball.
Fastball right down the middle. Coolbaugh staying alive. Coolbaugh will head to Penn State Hazleton to play softball.
It's always nice, you know, you never know when your last game is going to be, and some of these girls, they just want to play at any level they could, so a great opportunity for Coolbaugh.
Ooh, she hits it off her own left knee. Dead ball. And that one looked like it hurt.
Walk it off. I'm not going nowhere until you feel it.
And she's going to walk it off.
Walk a little kid, walk.
As you mentioned, so many players just want to go on and play the game. The game of softball is so loved by so many people in this area. It doesn't matter D1, D2, D3, they love playing and they just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and I think our local coaches at the college level have done a nice job of recruiting. You know, you always want to get that local talent in there, and then, of course, you're bringing in young ladies from other areas, and we've seen it at various sports and how it's going down, and right now at Penn State Hazleton, they got another player.
She goes for that one high. Another strikeout for Leandra Ramos.
Here you see the smack. Bree Bednarski. She struck gold in track and field, and she strikes 2 runs for the Lady Warriors to tie it up.
Well, what a game, John. Just kind of as we expected, 2-2. Huge home runs from Jenna Lepowski. That's her 8th home run on the season. And Bree Bednarski from Wyoming area bringing it right back, putting her own one over the fence.
Yeah, 2 long balls. The game's kind of been fast-paced, but when you're getting those long balls, it's nice your team may say, hey, we still have a chance here. And the Warriors just need to try to get a little bit more offense. That's something Coach McNeil mentioned, said if the offense comes around, we're going to be in pretty good shape here.
So 2-2, bottom of the third. Number 21, Brinley Sobeck. She's a freshman. She's up for the Trojanettes. It's her first year as a starter. And she actually hit her first home run versus Crestwood this year, and that put the 10-run rule in effect. A big moment for her. 8 hits, or 5 RBI on the year. And I would imagine as a freshman, being on TV, it's got to be a little nerve-wracking for her. But if you're a starter on the Nanticoke softball team, you're probably doing okay.
Yeah, I think you've learned a lot, you know, from some of these upperclassmen this year, and there's again a great tradition here at Nanticoke over the years with this program.
And Coach Stetz mentioned she can bunt. She can also hit line drives.
Ball.
The ball hit the dirt for Gwen Glatz. Brinley plays the outfield. She's the designated player today, and she can also pitch. She hits this one to shortstop. Jess Parente, who just gets her out. A nice play and a nice grab there from first baseman Heather Nemetko, who's a senior. 1 out.
Now you got to face this top of the lineup, and again, it's a tough lineup here at Nanticoke. So you know they got at least 1 down. Now let's see what they could do here with Glatz.
Rocca Grande back up, and she looks ready to hit the ball. She's probably replaying that error in her mind and wanting to get back and get a hit here. A changeup. Hits it to third baseman Christy Skoke, and she'll be out for another quick 2 outs for the Trojanettes. Kiara Brown. She doubled at her first at-bat, trying to see if she can get something going here in the bottom of the third for the Trojanettes.
Came into this game 1 point behind Lepowski in batting average, so unbelievable year.
Ooh, right back at Gwen Glatz. What a grab. That thing came flying back at her to end the inning. Warriors here to battle.
Well, maybe this is why you wear a mask. You get shots like this right back at you. How about that? Little Houdini trick almost, and throws her out. Nice job for WA. We are back at Nanticoke, and of course the dog always looking for a ball to play with, and able to look for two of them out in the outfield because we've had 2 home runs so far today. 2-2 we're tied up. Here's the District 2 AA standings. Montrose 12-0. Cara Amarino, the head coach in her first year as the Lady Meteors, played some great baseball, or softball that is. Holy Redeemer 11-0. Hanover area, Kathy Healy, first year coach at Hanover area. And Riverside, Mid-Valley, Elk Lake, and Lakeland, they're all playing each other than Elk Lake played up there with Montrose and facing some of that good competition in the Lackawanna League. So it's been pretty interesting, the AA standings.
And Gwen Glatz, right after making that play, she's up to bat.
Well, she had that drive to left field right to the fence in her first at-bat, so she's got that long ball capability.
Got a really nice smooth swing. She hits this one to left, and it's just gonna be foul. That could have been a triple. That could have been a triple, maybe a couple feet to the right. Beautiful swing. She's got some legs on her. She can make it around.
Yeah, that was another shot. They're going to try to talk it over and figure out what they can do with her, because right now she's coming up on the other end of that bat and just doing a heck of a job. So
2 balls, 1 strike.
Let's see what they can come up with.
A little high.
Okay. Come on, 6.
And not keeping it inside because she's pulled those 2.
2-2. Goes after that one, popped up and back. 23 hits this season for Gwen.
And again, just a sophomore, but a lot of softball behind her.
Wanted to go after that one a little high. She's not going after that high ball. She's going to wait for her perfect pitch as we got a full count here at the top of the 4th.
A little off speed on that last one. Wouldn't be surprised to see a change up here.
Ooh, a nicely hit ball to right field. She's going to come around the bag but stay at first for a nice single.
Well, you can see a talented young lady able to pull it off and grab another hit. They do not go with the changeup. Throw some speed over there and able to get this into right center and get a runner on base here for the Lady Warriors to tie ball game.
So we have no outs. Third baseman Christy Skoke up to bat. Going after that high pitch. She grounded out in her last at bat. John McNeil giving the sign. Let's see what Christy Skoke can do. Foul ball over to Coach Stetz. There's Sarah Kulba, the catcher.
I'm going to put Stetzy down in the book for an error over there.
Very excited for his seniors tonight. Letting the parents come on the field before the game. Take some pictures with the Trojanettes.
As you mentioned, Eric, it is a loose group. These girls kind of, they love having fun, love talking before the game, singing songs, all that, but it comes down to business. They know how to play the game.
Oh, yeah. And that's a good thing about talented teams. They can be loose, and you can play better when you're loose. And then you have those Leandra Ramoses or certain girls that bring a little bit more serious nature to the game, but still have a lot of fun. Ooh, right back. Rocca Grande tries to get Gwen Glatz out, and she does. A heads-up play there from the senior at shortstop.
Yeah, and just got her over at second base. I think it was the right call. A nice play there. And again, you're thinking, oh boy, how does this going to work? The ball goes off the glove. Is everybody going to be safe? But goes off the glove, and they end up making the play at second base. And a nice job there as Nanticoke now able to get it out.
Heather Nemeko up now. 1 out, 1 runner on. She popped up at her last at bat. .267 batting average, 12 hits on the year. A little low. Ball. 2-0. All tied up here in the fourth. Division 2 showdown. A little high.
Tunkhannock, Aaron, leading their game against Dallas right now 2-0. So again, one wins, one loses. It's easy as to who the champion is between Nanticoke and Tunkhannock. If they both lose or both win, then it gets a little different. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. We have our entire physics formula written down.
I do know this.
Okay.
Coach McNeil already said, listen, if they both win or lose, they're going to play at Wyoming area, that site on Friday.
Okay.
So
That'll be exciting.
Full count.
We have a full count. Heather Nemetko
Come on, be confident.
trying to get something going here. Christy Skoke on first.
There you go.
Grounds this one, and she just gets her out. Second baseman Cassie Nowakowski with another heads-up play in the infield. And we have 2 outs. What did you think of that play, John?
Hey, she got there somehow, some way. She made it happen. You know, fumbled the ball just a little bit. It was such a hard shot, though. And then able to get her leg on the bag and had the ball, and the runner was out. And umpires having a little conversation over there, just saying, hey, I was right on it for both.
Yeah, good call. You can bobble the ball as long as you make it there before that runner. 2 outs. Grace Gober, she struck out swinging at her first at bat. She wanted to go for that changeup. I wanted to go for that.
Those are tough. That's a tough discipline, that changeup.
Now expect the fastball.
Leandra doesn't take a lot of time on her windup. Fastball, and it's popped up and out of play. You see some pitchers really take their time, go through a lot of motions. Leandra's all business.
Oh, yeah. She's got a little routine, and she likes to be in her little routine very quickly there when she's on that mound.
Goes for the bunt. Runs to first, and she's safe. Two runners on now for Wyoming area. And 2 outs.
Got to catch that third strike. And again, got away from the catcher. The back got kind of in the way with the vision. And Gober headed down and able to get on.
Strike for Jess Parente. She made it to first on an error at her last at bat. Pops this one up. And right fielder Megan Murphy is there to end the inning. We've still got a great game going on. All tied up at 2. Stay with us. Lepowski.
A Memorial Day tradition, 600 miles of racing, the longest race in the NASCAR schedule. Starts at daylight, end in darkness. The Coca-Cola 600 Sunday, May 29th on Fox 56.
Well, Nanticoke, they're going to try to get something started here, and a great way to do that is to get third baseman Jenna Lepowski back at the plate. That 2-run homer. Got a .527 batting average.
Yeah, that first pitch, I think, is going to be important here. See what they go with, because Jen is, I think, ready to tee off.
A little low. Hits the ground. She looks focused. 8 home runs on the year. Ball outside.
Well, some athletes, you know, baseball, softball, they see that ball as soon as it leaves the glove. I think Jen is one of those girls that it's a quick eye on it.
Takes a look at that one. It wasn't for her. We have 2 balls and 1 strike.
Ball.
That one rolls in. She's
3 balls, 1
2-time first-team coaches, newspaper first-team selection, and league MVP last season.
Yeah, and you can see they're trying to go low on her. You know, they don't want to get anything high, but she could tee one off if she has to.
Ball.
Well,
All 4.
they went low and Put her on first, maybe not such a bad thing for the Warriors.
And as the season goes on, these one-run games become the norm in the playoffs, through districts, through states.
Vanessa Tockett. She fouls this one.
Break one.
She's going to play softball at Wilkes and study pharmacy. Smart athlete.
Yeah, great student.
She acts as team mom, Coach Stett says. She's going to try to bunt, foul ball. Coach Stett's also saying that she would likely start as a pitcher for another team, for many other teams. Flied out at her first at bat. Went a little high on her as they watch Lepowski back to the base. We have 1 ball, 2 strikes for Tockett. Change up, and she went for it. And Glatz got her looking on the change up.
Well, you see that pitch there, beautifully executed there from Glatz.
2 strikeouts on the day for Glatz. Cassie Nowakowski with the heads-up play at second base earlier in the game. That one's high.
2-0.
2-0. All tied up. Bottom of the 4th. Cassie Nowakowski. That one's right down the middle.
2 balls, 1 strike.
2-1.
Not as exaggerated on her windup with her changeup, maybe as Ramos. So you get an eye on that.
Ooh, another off speed, and wow, what a play. Morgan Briggs throws out Lepowski. She catches her. You don't see that play a lot in high school softball, but that was a gorgeous play and a really great heads-up play from Briggs.
Well,
or Coolbaugh, I'm sorry, Coolbaugh.
1 on and 1 out, and now all of a sudden you got 2 out. And you see that tag right over there at first base, got her right in the grill.
Right in the helmet.
Yep.
Popped up and back. And that was big for Wyoming area. Getting that runner off and getting 2 outs.
Oh.
That one's foul.
Frozen rope down there. That was.
Cassie trying to keep things alive here for Nanticoke. Grounded out at her first at bat. Get a little line drive hit here, a little gapper. Keep things alive. Goes after a high pitch, and first baseman Heather Nemeko is going to end things. We are still all tied up in a Wyoming Valley Conference Division II battle. You're watching My TV, WQMY, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Nanticoke on My TV. And, of course, the District 2 AAA softball, what to look for. Abington Heights, Dominic Emmett, 6 homers, 21 RBI. Nanticoke, of course, is the defending champions. Valley View, the only team to beat Abington. Of course, E.J. Weston, what a job he has done. North Pocono only loses to Abington Heights Prep and Paupack. And Tunkhannock with that sophomore pitcher, they're dangerous. Lost to Nanticoke twice this year. But I think still these middle-of-the-road teams, Wyoming area, Pittston area, they could beat anybody on any given day as well.
Yeah, and all these games 2-1, 1-0. It really does just depend on the day, the pitcher, how they're feeling, who's going to hit that day. Such talent all around the league. And, ooh, Morgan Briggs almost grabs that from Julia Kopechny from Wyoming area.
Pittston area was able to beat Nanticoke. You know, I think they beat them 5-0 this year. And they got Taylor Beloga. She's going to head to a Division II school in New Jersey. They got some great senior leadership and some underclassmen that are pretty darn good.
Ooh, Kopechny with the line drive right down the third base line. And for being a tiny girl, that was a hard hit ball.
Yeah.
Right past Lepowski.
Some good genetics there. Her dad, a heck of an athlete at Wyoming area, and you see she gets around on this one and just inside that third base line, and she is now a possible go-ahead runner. And you got to watch every ball, you know, as the catcher here for Nanticoke.
Here's Bree Bednarski back up again for the Warriors. 2-run homer, tied things up.
Ball.
As you mentioned, she will play field hockey at Michigan.
And you know the thing that's great, Aaron, is, you know, everybody's got a specialty nowadays. Hey, I only play basketball, I just play football. Hey, she's doing it all, doing track and softball in the same season. And of course, you know, the commitment with field hockey. That's outstanding to see. Enjoy your high school days, help your high school teams do great things, and at the same time, you got a great, bright future ahead of you.
Absolutely, and she could have played at the next level, track and field, softball even, and she just loves field hockey. That's her sport. And same with her teammate Grace Gober. As I mentioned, going to Temple to play field hockey, they have that connection. Just a great athlete. Let's see what she can do here. And they walk her. So we have runners on first and second with no outs, John.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're Ryan Stetch. You gotta have a conversation, I think, you know, or at least think about having that conversation, you know, because you got 2 runners on here in the Wyoming area. Again, they're not as good with the bats as they'd like to be this year, but right now they're threatening here in the 5th inning.
Well, Vicky Remley is due. She goes for the slap. That's going to be strike 1. She struck out swinging and had a ground out. So she'd love to get these runners moving here. She's headed to Pittsburgh for pre-med. She also plays soccer and swims. Yeah.
It's amazing. We just, so much talent.
That one's high and popped up. Morgan Briggs looking for it. Can't find it.
I mean, we talked about it, Aaron, last week. I mean, we had a young man on the sports show with a perfect SAT score at Wyoming Seminary. Yeah. You know, and then this young lady going to head for pre-med. I mean, it's just some really talented athletes out there do a great job in the classroom.
Well, that is not what she wanted to do, strike out looking with those runners on, but there is only 1 out. Sarah Kulba, the catcher. Up next.
See that pitch right there on that corner.
There's another strike, and that last one that you just missed, that was inside. Kulba didn't like it.
Well, Stetz may have just given a quick look to Ramos and said, hey, this is your time. You know what to do here.
Pops it up. Ooh, almost made by Vanessa Tockett. Right there.
Nice try, Nessie. I love the nickname. That is
Nessie.
Awesome. Yep.
It's a good first baseman nickname. It's a ball low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. The catcher, Kulba, trying to stay alive in the 5th. Right to third baseman, Jenna Lepowski. And just like that, it looked like bad news to we could be okay. Coach Stetz calling a meeting on the mound.
Well, that was like slow motion, that ball down the third, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little freaky to watch, especially from here, from our angle.
Yep. Coach Stetz had that quick conversation saying, you got this? Let's get it done, but this is the best hitter here, you know, Wyoming area has. One of the better hitters.
Well, Gwen, she hit a double, she hit a single. She's got 2 runners.
Yeah, been the go-to girl this year.
Perfect pitch. A little on the high side. 1-1. And that one was a little high, and it's popped up, and right fielder Megan Murphy gets it done. Leandra Ramos on the mound for the Trojanettes, getting it done as well. We're still tied up, 2-2, Wyoming area, Nanticoke. It is the rivalry of the week. We'll be right back.
Fox 56 Sports presents the rivalry of the week on MyTV WQMY.
Well, John, as we head to the bottom of the fifth, all tied up 2-2. Is this the game you expected?
It's surprising, I think, for Wyoming area, but they did it with the long ball with Bednarski. We figured, it'd be tight. We thought maybe Nanticoke would have a little bit more in the offensive end, so there's still a little bit more time for that to happen. But the Wyoming area hanging tough, and I think Glatz is everything you said she was. She's doing a great job on the mound and able to use the bat, just not lucky right now with that last one with 2 girls on, but able to put things down that left field line earlier.
Get it better.
But now they'll have to do it with defense.
Morgan Briggs up, the catcher. Just a junior, as I mentioned earlier. She's going to play at Delaware Valley University. And she pops up. Quick first out.
Been a lot of first pitch swings on both sides, and we've seen some quick innings as a result of that. So I think maybe they're thinking, hey, we should get fastball here on this first pitch for the most part and see if they can connect on one and send one out.
Another first pitch hit, another pop out. Well, they're being aggressive.
Yes.
But the innings are just flying by here. Already in the bottom of the fifth, this game, I'm sorry, just flying by.
Goes back many, many years, and Nanticoke played a classic game down at Central Columbia, I believe. Actually, it was at Bloomsburg High School. 21 innings.
Wow.
Oh, that was the state playoffs. That was some good stuff, but I think we'll try to keep it, 7, 8, maybe 9.
We'll see.
Ball.
A ball on the changeup just outside. 2-0. Glatz can get a little creative with 2 outs. There's the dugout for Nanticoke.
Ball. 3 balls, no strike.
This has to be the perfect pitch for Megan Murphy, the right fielder.
Well, you get Murphy on, you start feeling something. You get somebody around right now.
3-1.
She shows bunt, pulls back. We're now at 3-1, 2 outs.
Drive.
Right down the pipes for a full count.
Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
A little ground ball to first base, going to be foul. Still full count. And Megan struck out her first at bat. 2 strikeouts on the day for Gwen Glatz. Right to Bree Bednarski, and the batter is out. A very quick inning. 2-2. You don't want to miss the end of this game. Stay with us. You're watching girls softball on MyTV WQMY. We'll be right back. Wyoming area 2, Nanticoke 2, all tied up in the top of the 6th on MyTV WQMY. You're watching the rivalry of the week. Here's some upcoming games on the queue. May 21st, 4 p.m. We have Brewers versus Mets. The following day at 1, Brewers Mets again. 26th, some Rail Riders at 6:30. Then we have some Yankees Rays coming up the 27th at 7 p.m. and the 28th at 4 p.m. So as Christy Skoke comes to bat for Wyoming area, John, what would you like to see here?
Well, I think you got to get a runner on base and then hope some things can happen, and again, she's batting .346, so you'd like to see her swing away, but at some point if you have to get a bunt going, that's what you're going to do, try anything you could at this point. But again, you're just trying to push that one run across to put the pressure on the other team, and whether that's for Nanticoke right now or Wyoming area, you know, first run score is going to put the pressure on the other opponent.
And Morgan Briggs and Vanessa Tockett, or Nessie as the girls like to call her, go out to give a little encouragement to Leandra before we start the top of the 6th. And Christy Skoke has grounded out twice, so she'd love to get a little line driver here.
Good. Ready? Come ahead.
That one's high. Ball one. Christy, 18 hits, 11 RBIs. Another one high, but she goes after that. She's going to pop it out.
Out of play, you're on the line. Out of play.
She's out of the play, on the line.
You're on the line, out of play.
Nice grab, but a little,
line with your card, out of play. Dead.
a little too far to the
Dead.
left.
Dead. She's in
Dead ball.
territory.
Let me see that again.
Yeah, I thought she was close to the line. Again, the umpire saw it.
I watched her feet.
He was looking at her feet, an experienced umpire.
I don't think he could see it.
So, checking over there with the other umpire.
No, I can't do that. He wants to feel. I thought you can't call it. No way.
Of course, Stetz was, you know, a foot away.
Right.
He felt like he saw it a little better. And, you know, I think if I'm Coach Stetz, I ask that question as well. So,
One strike.
batter alive, you know, let's see if that's a difference here or not for Wyoming area.
Hey!
It's a nice low strike right down the middle.
Oh,
We're at
two.
1 and 2 for Christy Skoke.
Ball outside.
Ball outside.
1-2.
Coach McNeil just nodding at her, not really giving her any signs. Just go for it, kid. One of those nods.
Yeah, that's right. Do something, right?
And she does something right to center. A nice line drive hit for a single with no outs to get things started for the Warriors.
Well, getting that batting average up around 350 now after that hit. So a nice job from Skoke.
Here's Heather Nemeko.
Ball.
Low. Showed bunt. She popped up and grounded out. Headed to the University of Scranton. This one's to Rocca Grande, who turns it. She gets the out at second. So they grab the advancing runner. Still got a runner on first with 1 out.
You see a little bit of nerves right now in Nanticoke. You know, even though they're a seasoned team, you know, that play was a tight play. You know, they've had a few of these. So the Wyoming area making them think about it and earn it here.
And John, we just hear Tunkhannock won their game 4-0 as Gober pops out, putting more pressure on this game, making things a little more interesting with Tunkhannock winning against Dallas.
Being at home and having that last at bat, you know, that could be the difference maker here for Nanticoke. But hey, WA has something to say about it with a runner on.
It's going to be a very interesting last part of the game here. Jess Parenti is going to pop this up. Kiera Brown takes care of business, and Nanticoke heads back in to bat. We are still tied up at 2 on MyTV WQMY. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a day of limited offense, but some exciting offense. First inning, Lepowski from Nanticoke blasts one over the fence, 2-run homer. Then in the third, Bree Bednarski answers with her own homer over the fence. Ties things up at 2. And John, that's pretty much all the offense we've seen. A little bit of a pitcher's duel, a couple ground outs, pop outs. Things maybe heat up in a little bit.
Well, I think one of the things Coach McNeil said when he came over to the dugout, he said, "Hey, how many runners we leave on base?" And That's been an important factor. You know, you want to get runners across, and they've had all those opportunities against a good team like Nanticoke. That's tough. You know, I think for Nanticoke's end right now, the bats aren't where they're supposed to, but I think that's a lot of credit to what the pitcher has done. I mean, you know, Gwen's done a great job on the mound, and Glatz right now in command and been holding the batters at bay.
Freshman Brinley Sobek takes a look at 2 pitches. We're at 2-0. The freshman would love to get things started. As I mentioned earlier, she has hit a home run this season against Crestwood.
Well, he takes 1 run right now.
It's true. Well, that's a way to get things started for Nanticoke as she puts one right through the third baseman and the shortstop to get on first and just get things started.
Well, Coach Stead said, hey, come on, top of the order, top of the order. He told that to his team, knowing that, you know, this is a team that the 386 at the top, a couple of 500 hitters behind it. So, you know, if things are going to get done here in the 6th, it's with these young ladies.
And it could start with Rachel Rocagrande, the senior. She takes a look at that fastball. She's grounded out twice. And she's due, the senior's due on her senior night to get something started here. Off speed. Coach Stetz giving the signal. Oh, that one's gonna be low, and number 21, Brinley Sobek, the freshman, she's going to advance.
My time.
With no outs, that's looking good for Nanticoke.
You see, the ball gets caught up out of the glove, and she goes in. Well, a lot of flying dust going everywhere, but hey, you got a runner on second with no out.
She fires this one over into right field. Brinley's gonna stay on third as that was the great idea as the throw was right to the catcher.
Time.
And she's gotta be happy with that hit after 2 ground outs to get things started.
Oh, here's a smacker over on that right-hand side. Great for Rocco Grandi, who has had a nice career at Nanticoke, to get on in a key game here to try to play for a Wyoming Valley Conference title.
Here's Coach Stetz giving a little pep talk to the girls. He's, you know, a mild-mannered guy, but he can really put some energy into his team when he needs to.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, he takes this seriously. I mean, his stats are a pretty serious spreadsheet that he offers up. The bios he gives about his team. So it's just something that he really enjoys. And again, being a teacher and in the profession, he just likes the atmosphere.
And he excels in the coaching role, and mentioned before he's a social studies teacher. As Kira Brown comes to bat, 526 batting average. Inside, she takes that. First and third for Nanticoke.
Kira is such a tall young lady. It almost looks like she's, you know, got 3 steps on first base, you know, going down the line here.
Rachel Rocagrande moving over to second. Runners, they're right there for Kiera. As the Nanticoke dugout gets excited. Kiera Brown to first base. She'll be out. A nice heads-up play from Heather Nemetko. Would have easily scored 1 or 2 runners if that one was to pop through. One out.
Kiera smacked that thing, but you know, anywhere else maybe you could have some thoughts and movement, but not right there with your runners.
So now, John, Jenna Lepowski, she's up. There's 1 out. Runners on second and third. Do you walk her?
I don't think they will, but that's not a bad choice, you know. And then you leave it up to some other hitters to get across the plate. Do you have her bunt? I don't think with your top hitter you do. But again, those are just considerations of trying to get a run across right now. But I think they'll let Lepowski do her thing. Coach Stetz has a lot of confidence in her.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're not going to make it easy for her. 2 high pitches. Trying to make her go after it. We'll see what Gwen gives up here.
A lot of good young pitchers in the league.
Outside.
2-1.
And young pitchers as well. Be talent for years to come on many teams.
Yeah, Glatz has shown her worth, that's for sure.
Off speed.
3 balls, 1 strike.
3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. And Lepowski is just chomping at the bit. She wants to get a piece of one of these pitches. And that would have been the one. She
Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
made it a full count. 1 out. That one's high. A grounder. And we have a score. As number 21, Brinley Sobek, the freshman, comes in. And Jenna Lepowski gets it done.
Well, she was coming and found it home quite easily. Nice job for Nanticoke with the execution.
Hold up, stay out of there, batter, back out.
So 3-2.
2 down.
Only 1 out as Tockett comes to the plate.
Ball. Good stuff.
And Rocca Grande's on third, and she is ready to come in.
There's really 2 outs because Brown was out. The scoreboard's off, and then Lepowski just got
That's
out
right.
at first.
That's right.
But nonetheless, you know, Tockett, see if she can bring home. Hey, when you have a runner that close, just down
Yeah,
the
a little
line.
blooper right in the right field. Anything can bring her home. That one's high. Right back. Right back. Heads up play.
That's 3.
And she's there to play defense. Nanticoke getting a run. They now lead 3-2. It's going to be an exciting end to the game. Right back to Gwen Glatz. She can play some D and pitch as well. We'll be right back. Well, John, we talked earlier about what's at stake for this game. Tunkhannock won against Dallas, which means that Nanticoke must win this game to force a playoff game for that Division II title.
It's gonna be Friday if Nanticoke is able to win. Tunkhannock a winner. Nanticoke now has to win, and it happens Friday. I think at Wyoming area, according to Coach McNeil, they'll be the host site for that game for again just the Wyoming Valley Conference title. Again, that'll play into the playoff seedings and who you're playing, and you know could go a long way to see who plays where and if some upsets along the way happen.
Oh, you went around.
Ooh, Julia Kopechny went around on that off-speed pitch. And Coach McNeil just kind of nodding like, yep, that happened. It's okay, you just move on. And pops this one straight up. And senior Rachel Roccagrande calls off Lepowski for 1 out.
This is it, 7th inning.
Yeah.
So your WA right now, I mean, you got to make things happen. And of course, it always feels good when you get Bree Bednarski up, and if she could send 1 out, you know, now you got a tie ball game. So
Yeah, when you look on your lineup and you're in the 7th inning, this is the girl you want up.
yeah, as much as Glatz has been outstanding with the bat this year, you get a savvy athlete like this.
She nails this one to right, and it's going to bounce and drop in. And as we just mentioned, the senior, she's clutch.
I just have her steal around the bases. I mean, she ran the 100.
She might do it.
Yeah.
She might
just
do it.
Make her steal. You know, every base. Send her home. See that shot over to right field? You know she's got the wheels. I mean, Coach McNeil, you know, hopefully he's like, let's just do it.
Well, Remley, she pops up. That's not the play she wanted to make with Bednarski. 2 outs. And this is all unfolding pretty quickly.
Well, here's the thing. If this young lady here could do something, get on base somehow, some way, a walk, a bunt, a single, then you bring up your 4-hitter. And if you could do that, you know, then you're feeling pretty good that, hey, we have a chance at least.
Well, Sarah Kulba, as we mentioned, Penn State Hazleton, she will play there. She's grounded out, struck out, and an infield pop out.
That's some heat.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
It's coming in fast. This one's popped up. Center fielder Kiera Brown gets it done. And the Trojans can now celebrate as they get ready for a division showdown.
What a great effort for Wyoming area today. I mean, they came and gave it their all. And congratulations to the Trojanettes here and finishing it off. And now they'll take on Tunkhannock.
And got it done just in time in the 6th inning. The excited Trojanettes line up to shake hands with the Warriors. We're going to have some players of the game when we come right back. We'll also talk with Coach Stetz. An exciting one here today in Nanticoke. As the Trojanettes win 3-2, that is the final score. And we will be back shortly with our players of the game. We'll be right back on MyTV WQMY. Welcome back, everyone. A great way to end this game for the Trojanettes as their senior leadership takes over. We had 2 exciting home runs in this game. Jenna Lepowski and Brie Bednarski, but the Trojanettes getting it done. And John Mandola is standing by with a very excited coach, Ryan Stetz. John?
All right, we are back here at Nanticoke, and Ryan Stetz, you found a way to get it done. At the Wyoming area team, they're feisty, but the middle-of-the-road teams, you call them that, they're all good in AAA. Pittston area, Wyoming area, Tunkhannock, they won today, so looks like we got a playoff game coming up.
Yeah, we're thrilled. We're so happy for our 2 seniors, Rachel Rocco Grande and Vanessa Tockett, and we have the utmost confidence, and we beat a really good team today. So we're happy to get out of here, and we'll see another game, so we're happy.
These girls here that we're going to talk to in a moment, leaders, and they do it with the bat, they do it with the glove, they do it everywhere.
Without question, we sort of laugh. I call myself the guide on the side. It's their team. We win with these girls, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's get Rachel Rocco Grande in here for you. Let's talk a little about the win today.
Since it's senior night, it really meant a lot to me and Vanessa, but it meant a lot to the whole team. Beating Wyoming area is really hard, and we tried. This is a game we were looking forward to.
And they brought it. I mean, their pitcher did a great job. She's a sophomore. They're feisty. Now you get an opportunity with Tunkhannock.
Yeah, we're really excited for that game. We did beat them twice, but we're just kind of hoping that we could do it again.
All right, a loose head in the background. It's going on. Let's get Jenna Lebowski in here. Jenna, for you, let's talk about that home run. What a blast, huh?
Yeah, it was going outside and it just took it that way.
And for you, that bat all season long. Kiera Brown's done outstanding, and then, of course, yourself.
Yeah, I'm really proud of these girls. Even if I have like a tough game or something, we have so many good hitters in this lineup that could back me up and hit and produce power.
And Ramos on the mound, all business, and again, she was again today.
Yeah, she did excellent today. Hit her spots, really good.
All right, Aaron, these young ladies getting ready to play this weekend, and then, of course, getting ready for the District 2 AAA playoffs.
Well, thank you, John, and it'll be very exciting to see that game this weekend as Nanticoke takes on Tunkhannock for the Division 2 crown. And a great way for the 2 seniors from Nanticoke to go out, Vanessa Tockett and Rachel Rocco Grande. And we want to thank you for watching our live sports all season long right here on MyTV WQMY. It's been a fantastic season of local sports, and we'll be back this summer. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks. Thank you so much for your help.
Fox 56 Sports presents the Rivalry of the Week on MyTV WQMY.